does this mean? Do you have to add them? Why does it say add? Why does it say that? Mama business. Is that what you're saying? Oh, they're tuning in.
Woo! It's that time. Time for the dopest sports show on radio to invade your airwaves. It's The Crush. Streaming live on the Sensation Station Network and also broadcasting on WBLZSports.com. I am your humble co-host, E. Glaze. And with me as always is that guy, Maceo Hurd. What's happening, Hurd?
What's up, brother? What's happening?
I think we have a special guest in the house, man.
Our peoples.
Our people is in the building.
What up, y'all?
Our peoples.
Wearing her Patriots strong.
I mean, I didn't wear the official one.
Yeah.
Because I was too swagged out on Sunday, so
right.
I had to just throw my t-shirt on.
Yeah, we saw it. We saw it.
You
okay.
did?
Yeah, we saw it.
Miss Tyisha Fernandes.
We saw it.
Y'all know her. You see your TVs. She's doing her thing. How's life been treating you?
Life's been great. Life's been great. There's been a lot of things happening here that have had me working some crazy hours, but life is great. And it's not even one of those new year, new beginning kind of things. But I just feel like, thank God for 2017. So many awesome things happened.
So Tyisha's gonna hang out with us while we go through this NFL. Our girl Erica's doing what she do. You know, airline got kind of backed up, so she can take care of it.
Airlines, you know,
So Tyisha gonna help us out.
She's in the streets.
Tyisha's got us.
Holding it down.
But before we get to what else the rest of the show, we got a caller, Maceo.
Already?
Yeah, man.
Hey, caller, what you crushing on?
I'm going to take that blow, because you know what?
That was February 5th is going to be a hard time for us, 2017, man.
Love hurts, but you still keep trying it.
See how she doing, Mike?
That's okay.
Thanks for calling us, Mike, man. Thanks for calling us, man.
Embrace the hurt.
What number did he call us in, man?
Mike called the show and got hated on at 678-613-5857.
Y'all already know how this show is going to go.
Mike.
Also in the show, we're going to, my guy Lewis, our college basketball expert, will be here to talk about this Hawks-Naismith clash that's going on this weekend.
Right.
But he also got to think, he got to get some too.
Yeah, he got to take it tonight.
He got to take it
tonight.
Because he's a Steelers fan.
He's a Steelers fan, and boy,
we saw what that happened.
He caught a bad one. But you know what? Like I said,
you're gonna face us again. Come on.
We're gonna talk about it. The thing about it. I went back and watched the all 22. Steelers, they can't be mad at nobody but themselves.
Yeah.
You know, you can't worry about the call. The call was the call, but
We also gonna do our crush rundown. That's what I'm talking about. We're gonna catch up with Tyisha a little bit too.
Yeah.
Catch up with him, and then we're gonna recap the show. You know, this is the short version of the day, so
right.
We got to get it in. We got a lot to get in this.
Right.
Stay with us.
Stay. There it is. Your crush. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Wait, they're already calling and hating in their skin. Love her, hate the Patriots. What? All right.
Are you a fan too?
This is what I need y'all to know. She's from Boston too. Here's what I need y'all to know, right? Because this is what Atlanta is lacking. And please just take this as an observation and not as any disrespect. But in Boston, we are raised to love our teams through thick and thin. You know, when we had Bledsoe, we weren't dominating. It's not my fault that we won 5 Super Bowls in the last 16 years. It's not my fault that my dad has raised us to just go for the home team all the time. I just landed in Atlanta and found out y'all don't do that. So I'm gonna need y'all to, you know, as you're raising your children, you teach them to love Atlanta. Through all the losses, the worst loss ever in NFL.
Hey, we up and running?
Oh wait, am I listening to QC? That's not y'all.
No, we're not back here.
Oh.
You okay? No, we're not. Keep talking trash. Keep going at it.
Pats know how to steal a win. Oh, are we doing this? Nothing new still?
She's so
Nothing new still. If y'all a transplant, what do you want us to do? Wait, who's the oh, you mean me? I am. And I still love the Falcons. I'm going to love them on New Year's Eve when I go to the game. I'm going to be falconed out, and y'all going to be mad like, she is doing both. Yup. As long as y'all aren't playing us, I'm Falcons all day. But y'all make it hard.
That's what you're going with?
That's what you're going with.
That's what you're going with.
Great sister. Yes, Rayberry. I do rise up. And since 1967, my born day. Y'all didn't rise up with the revenge game. I mean, you didn't score until the fourth quarter. I was expecting, like, I was ready, like, it just didn't happen. My dad was like, I feel bad for them. I kind of wanted them to put up a little bit more of a fight, but like, with the last meeting.
Wow.
Rise up, though. I guess that's the same. Who came up with that? Oh, that's the Falcon.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the new stadium, I mean, this was the year to really rise up.
They might make the playoffs.
Right? Wait,
Come on back. Dirty report.
Just football,
who's
NFL.
your favorite team?
I'm Atlanta fan.
Okay.
NFL.
Which one?
NFL.
Watching 11 Alive tonight. Good, I won't be there anyway. On Channel 2. They need some ratings. Help them.
Oh, wow. Good shots. Good shots. Y'all. Bang, bang. Yo.
I don't know what that one means. She's breaking our heart. No, it's true. I'm sorry. Not really, though.
Y'all just get ready because Tyisha's throwing the sword.
She on one.
She on one over here.
She on one.
Taking them all in, showing they 5 rings. We're about to go through these scores for the NFL right now, and we can go through them, and y'all can give y'all, talk about. Let's break down these games. Glad you're here, Tyisha.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Last Thursday, the Broncos defeated the Colts in the below 500 bowl, 25-13.
I love that Brissett is leading that team.
Yeah.
Former Patriot.
He was our third string who really came through
Yeah, he
when
did.
we needed him.
Okay.
I was mad we traded him.
Okay.
Ain't nothing going on with him now, though, because, they didn't win. They got beat by the Broncos.
He just needs time.
He needs time. He had one
Brock
sack.
Osweiler.
He threw for 2 touchdowns.
Brock Osweiler, dude.
Don't know what's going on. C.J. Anderson ran for 158 yards. Indianapolis didn't have anything for that defense. No running game, no passing game.
Nah. It's tough for Indy, man. It's just time for Indy to ride on out, baby.
Yeah, finish the
Time
year.
to ride on out.
Hey, until Denver, finish strong, man. Go 7-9, dog. No, that ain't happening.
Don't do it.
That ain't happening. That ain't
Don't do it.
Get y'all a good draft pick. Maybe get that quarterback for your next year, man.
They can't. Are they gonna draft a quarterback?
Make sure who they got. Osweiler or Simeon?
No, the other kid, Lynch. They took Lynch in the first round last year.
Is
He
he
just
hurt?
hurt. He hurt.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you going with? All right.
That's what they going with.
I see. On Saturday, we had 2 games going. The Bears versus the Lions. Lions defeated the Bears 20-10.
What was that? The Chicago Bears. I mean, not Chicago Bears. Detroit Lions. What were they wearing?
I don't know.
Look like Westlake High School.
They did look like a high
They
school
look
football
like
team.
Westlake High School.
Well, they play like that sometimes.
Yeah, they do.
I'm not just trying to bash everybody, but I am going to chime a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's what we got you here for.
Okay, good.
Trubisky threw for 314, and he had 1 touchdown, but he had 3 picks. That doesn't help your cause. Bears, y'all another team. Just go ahead and finish out, man. Get you that high draft pick that you want. Lions are on the outside looking in of the playoffs. Make sure what do you?
They are.
They slim chances. They need a lot of things to happen.
Very slim. Keep losing. Keep losing. They're technically they're kind of in the hunt, but they're not really in the hunt.
It's one of those. Yeah,
It's really 3 teams that are in the hunt. Yeah.
You gonna talk about your team?
No, I didn't say.
But you brought it up.
No,
like
I'm saying it's just 3 teams that are in the hunt.
You just want to put it out there. You want to put the teams out there?
No, I'm just saying it's 3 teams. I'm being objective.
Okay.
I've done a very good job this year of being objective. I hadn't jumped off the deep end.
You kind of had to once your team just showed up. Let's just be honest. If you could have a leg to stand on right now, you would.
Oh,
Cowboys,
if Zeke would have got 6 games suspension,
what
oh
happened?
boy,
That's not
Such high
true.
hopes.
Again, I was one of the
We
people.
got high hopes.
Again,
just what happened.
yeah, I was one of the people who wish Zeke had took the suspension earlier.
Right.
But you know, hey, he's back this week. But we're not talking about Dallas Cowboys. Let's keep going.
Oh.
Yeah, let's see what we can do with 2
Yeah, let's keep going.
Okay.
Chiefs finally decided the last 2 weekends.
Hey,
Run Kareem.
we got a running back. We got a running back.
Amazing what happened when you run the ball and don't count on Alex Smith.
We have a running back.
They had won the last 2 games. He went over 100 yards each game, and they blew out the Chargers 30-13. Maxwell, did you get a lot of fantasy points from Alex?
No, I didn't start him. Ironically, I went with Big Ben.
Wow.
First mistake.
Wow.
He got some yards, though. I'm not even going to front.
He got some good yards.
He did.
He threw a bad
It's
interception.
up
There.
there.
That interception hurt. With this being fantasy playoffs, that hurt.
It hurt.
Oh,
It hurt.
It hurt.
It hurt.
we're a little guilty.
Yeah, I just don't know.
Ah,
I
tick
just don't know.
tick.
Let's keep going.
Little tick tick. Chiefs chance. Do you think they win the West now?
I still kind of like San Diego. I mean LA. Excuse me. I still kind of like the Chargers. I just like Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is I like Phillip Rivers for some reason. He's a guy.
Do you fear the Chiefs at all?
No. I mean, in the beginning of the season, but...
Yeah, they kind of came back to earth.
I don't see them anymore.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Andy Reid. He can get you to the playoffs. The end. Going to the Sunday games, the Bills defeated the Dolphins 24-16.
Whoa.
Cutler came back to life, Macy.
He turned back into the real Jay Cutler
He's
after.
been playing really
He
well.
played good in Miami last week versus the Patriots.
Yes, he did.
Patriots.
And yeah, he
came
turned
back.
back to the real Jay Cutler. 3 interceptions.
No touchdown. 3
No
picks.
touchdowns.
I don't like to hear that when we need to go up against the Bills, and we need that win. The Bills beat Miami?
Yeah. Well, Jay Cutler gave the
missed
game
that
away.
one.
Tyrod played a Tyrod game, threw for 224.
I like Tyrod.
He did it just enough to get him over the
It's
hump.
crazy that Tyrod every year seems like, even though he signed a contract extension, like he has to fight for his job.
Every year, you got to fight for it
Every year.
to prove his love.
It's harder to keep a job than to get it. I say it all the time.
He has to fight to prove his
A
love
good one.
every year, man.
I need to tweet that. That's a tweetable moment.
Seriously,
Say that again.
it's harder to keep a job, a good one, than to get it. You get it, and you feel like, yes. And then usually it's so challenging, it's, you're like, whoa. All
I don't know if I want that.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There'd be problems in those streets.
Yeah.
Problems in the streets.
Wow.
And they get paid well, so I'm really not even feeling bad.
What we're gonna do also, Tyisha, we're gonna see. You think Gronk they get a little payback for Gronk this week?
Listen, Gronk, what I love about Gronk is that he got suspended for a game, and instead of being like, it's me or whatever, he was like, I'm going to prove, that I'm sorry for that. And he did, like, oh my God. He's a tight end, but he's at everything.
Pittsburgh helped him, but,
I mean,
We're gonna
and
talk
then they
about
go after his legs, like some little
They went after his legs.
munchkins from the Wizard of Oz. Like, they always do that. That is so wrong. How do you sleep at night?
Why they gotta be munchkins?
Because that's how they look next to him. I
mean, he
interviewed
is-
him once. He's a giant.
He's 6'7".
I feel like he's even taller than
Did you
that.
stay on the box that time?
Ah! No, I just look really small.
We'll be right back.
talk to your people.
Oh, okay. I'm back. I don't like the lighting on this. We need better lights in here. It's going to be my requirement for next time.
She go with the lights.
Yeah.
Brian, she want to show light.
Why
Brian.
would we talk about the Raiders? We're talking about playoff people. Shaq, that's why he balled on the Patriots. Listen, Cutler has something to prove. Whoa, you guys want me to be strangled? Like there's a voodoo doll here.
And not just
Wow.
anywhere.
The Gronk is still an injury waiting to happen. Yes, he is. He is a big dude. He falls hard, and that's why they all go after his legs.
The Academy of Creative
But
Coaching
he's gonna be good this year.
international certification
The rest of
program
this year.
with courses in health and wellness.
Nah, Larry, we're gonna talk about the Raiders.
Relationship coaching.
We're gonna talk about the Raiders because they played the Cowboys.
Cultural competency coaching.
That's Tyisha Fernandes, everybody.
We're gonna talk about the Raiders.
Oh,
The Academy of Creative
We're gonna
Coaching
talk about
is
the Raiders.
empowering coaches to empower the world.
Trying to
Make a
go back.
positive change in
Larry, we're talking about your Raiders, man.
to Academy of Creative
He
Coaching.
roasted him right Vincent, listen, it's not about roasting. It's about truth. Okay? I don't want to say some of the things that I say.
Is that right?
Are we coming back?
So you don't say.
Alright. I still need better. We need a better position for this. This is not. This lighting is horrible. Oh, wait.
Hey, we're back. We're going through these NFL scores. Tyisha is saying that she's not roasting. She's just telling the truth, right?
I'm just truthing.
Yeah, whatever that is.
I'm just
Truthing.
truthing.
That's what we.
Why don't we just hold the phone?
Cause that's too much.
Okay.
Alright, that's not gonna work.
Right.
And she has those people that will. Yeah.
I know how we're gonna fix it. I'll show you how we're gonna fix it.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
fix it in a
Alright, I'm
minute.
gonna hold
Yeah.
it.
We're gonna fix it in a minute.
Right.
You know. The Ravens beat up on the Browns. Are they going 0-16? Cleveland fan.
No.
Who are they gonna beat, Macy?
I don't know.
Oh, I know.
Who they got left?
Okay, let's
Give me
pull up
the
the
schedule.
schedule. Let's pull up the schedule.
They're not going 0-16.
Ooh, they got the Bears in Chicago
Okay.
and the Steelers in Pittsburgh.
They're going 0-16. If they don't get it, Sunday.
Sunday is their
those
game.
Numbers, but it was 16-0.
Did they won the game last year, didn't
Like one game. They
they?
have won one game in 3 years.
I picked the
What
one
is
game
it
that they
like
won
for a
last year.
fan who's in a city that wins one game?
In 2 years.
All I need is one game.
Well, I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna talk about it.
What? You got to, mate. Ravens beat up on them like they step kid, 27.
No, I was saying I understand what it's like the 1-15 season.
You had it 1 year, man.
Yeah.
This is 2 years, 1 win.
Right.
2
Yeah.
years. Tyisha, could you be a fan of a team that's only won 1 game in 2 years?
Listen, like I said, my parents taught me to be a fan like all the way, but dang.
Browns fans are loyal.
They very loyal.
They're very
I know
loyal.
one who's loyal. I'm like, did you just say that out loud? You're a Browns fan. Oh, sorry. I must have...
All kind of cameras.
Oh, my bad. I don't know what to do. It's PCO's fault. The lighting in here is horrible.
Prime,
I
seem
know
like
that
a
the
light
first female
man.
to say that.
Let's keep
All right,
going.
I'm just going to sit y'all down.
Bengals. Vikings beat up on the Bengals. Marvin say he might quit or he may not
He
quit.
said that's not true.
he said
He
may
said
quit.
that's false.
He need to quit.
He said he will be back for an 18th season.
For what?
Or 16th season, excuse me.
For what makes it up?
Now, I don't know. Listen, clearly they want him back.
I guess because it's cheap, I guess.
Maybe he got something worked out. Maybe he get paid in groceries and gas.
Is it,
A free home.
if you had to, Tyisha, I know you watched the NFC a little bit, but
Yeah.
Vikings, who you like at the top right now? Is it Carolina? Is it Minnesota? Who you like right now? Or New Orleans?
Everybody is so inconsistent. It's hard to say. I mean,
I'm not trusting Minnesota.
I don't need
no.
it. They ain't been there before.
I honestly don't even think of them.
Yeah.
I'm not
I mean,
trusting
Carolina,
Minnesota.
I think, is a little better than that.
Casey Keenum? Case Keenum, not Casey.
You know what's scary about Carolina? If Cam just gets his mind right, don't worry about all of the outside noise.
Right.
They can make a serious run because Cam is dangerous.
He can be, but
Yeah.
that's what I mean by inconsistent. Because he was, and then what happened?
Yeah.
He just kind of disappeared off the map. Like, all I hear is people talking about his outfits. I don't hear anybody talking about yards.
Well, the last couple of games, he has.
He's decent.
Yeah,
We'll
he
talk
is-
about this game this week a little bit more, but he's played okay.
NFC gonna be.
NFC gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to watch this year. But the Vikings beat up on the Bengals. Bengals, 5-9.
Right. I think they got the U-Hauls warming up.
Yeah, they might well get ready.
They got the U-Hauls warming up.
Our trusty friends that down in New Orleans, they beat up on the Jets 31-19. We thought the Jets had a chance. Then they realized they were the Jets, and then it went down.
But actually, the Jets probably should have won that game. As bad as Bryce Petty played, Drew Brees had to pull them from the depths.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and they
of HE double hockey sticks.
I think they realized, wait, we playing the Jets, okay?
It's the Jets.
Yeah.
But give the Jets credit. Defense has been very good this year.
Have you heard anything about Kamara?
He good. He played last week. He's good.
I need the Jets to not play well.
They play you guys tough.
I know.
They play
Really?
you
That's what I
tough.
do.
Very much so. But another team that's at top of the division of the NFC, but we're going to see how that quarterback situation go. The Eagles won 34-29 over the Giants.
Do we trust Nick Foles?
Nick Foles is their quarterback. He threw 4 touchdowns this game. Eli Manning had a great game, too.
Eli balled out.
434, 3 touchdowns and a pick.
Eli balled out.
But it wasn't enough.
Eli balled out.
Eagles fans, I would love for y'all to, do you trust Nick Foles?
They don't.
You don't think they trust Nick Foles?
I don't think so. My mom grew up in Philly, so I have a whole side of the family that is.
They're a big Eagle fan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if they have trust.
A lot of tears on that side of the
Oh yeah, it was such a momentum.
Yeah.
It was such momentum. Like I was watching them a little scared. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Carson Wentz.
He looks like
He
the real
did a
deal.
great job this season.
What up, Pop? My dad say what up, Tyisha.
Hi, Dad.
So,
Yes, Eli's leaving New York. Somebody asked me if Eli's gone.
I don't know
Where's
if
he going?
He going down to Jacksonville.
everybody think he's going to
He
Jackson.
going to Jacksonville.
With Tom Coughlin.
Yeah.
Even though Blake has been, we'll talk about Blake in a minute, been playing pretty decent.
Blake been balling.
Yeah. I just think the Eagles, I don't trust Nick Foles. He used to run, what's the coach's name? He used to run that offense.
Chip Kelly.
The Chip Kelly offense.
Right.
Now he's in a real offense. I don't know if he's going to be the guy, but we'll see. He threw 4 touchdowns.
We'll see.
Versus the Giants. Redskins beat the Cardinals 20-15. Larry Fitzgerald did go up to 3rd all-time in receiving yards this year.
He got a little Larry Fitzgerald. First ballot Hall of Famer.
Easily.
Man, I wish this guy would have left Arizona. I know he's a loyal guy, but he deserved to play with a quarterback. They gave him a chance to really compete in multiple Super Bowls. Had the one go around with Kurt Warner. But,
Tyisha, question. Do
Yes.
you like a guy who stayed with the team for 15 years, even though he's loyal to the team? Or do you respect the guy that say, man, I want to win a title?
No, I like loyalty. I like loyalty.
You like Randy Moss, though, man.
I love Randy Moss. I thought he and Brady were like, but not everybody meshes with Belichick, and I got to roll with Belichick. Just leaving personal feelings about people out of it. Belichick is a coach because obviously Belichick and Brady, you know, in their personal lives have done things that I don't necessarily agree with. But I'm talking about strictly the game. Like Randy Moss, like there's just a certain way you have to deal with Belichick, and that's out of respect. And if you don't, he shows you who's boss.
Wow. That's where we get it.
those strong words.
Those are strong words.
Yeah.
Love the Belichick. You call it what you want to. 5 titles in 16 years.
The hoodie.
Can't talk about nobody else. When we come back, man, we're going to take a break from the NFL. We're going to bring in our guy, Lewis Preston, to talk about this weekend's game.
Fix her light.
And we also, I'm saving one game particularly for these two people. So
What game is that?
we're going to bring that
The
one in,
most
too.
important game on Sunday? Oh.
So stay with us. We'll be right back.
You got this Kroger light right here. And then a Kroger light
Coach,
right
let's
here.
do it.
You need like one of those kinds of lights.
Let me see if I put this. Give me that. See if I put this thing up high.
This?
Yeah, give me that. See if we put it
Yeah,
up here.
high is better.
We're gonna have enough room for our guy right here.
Let me see if we grab another chair now.
He can have my chair. I'm gonna stand up.
Y'all can sit on that together.
What that light look like?
That's much better.
What's up, Art?
Hello.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, man, how are you?
Y'all can have this.
Art, this is my co-host, Maceo.
We met in the hallway.
Oh,
We met in the
man.
hallway.
This
Coach,
is-
y'all have a seat, Coach. I'm gonna stand up.
Can I ask you a question, man?
Yes.
What's up with the glasses?
I'm blind now.
He needs
I'm
them.
officially blind.
He needs them.
I'm officially blind.
I need
You
them too.
are?
Yeah. fist in the blood. Is that better?
Much better, thank
That
you.
better?
Put some respect on my light situation.
These two.
You're a genius.
Ah!
Wait, what'd you say? We talking trash?
I didn't say a word.
Oh.
Feel tall.
Yeah, you do. You in the tall seat now.
Yeah. Feel tall.
All right, how you? You ain't traveling, man. You took a break, man.
It's the holiday, man. I'm off the road for a little while.
Oh, okay.
You don't know, even though the numbers he was out there talking to me about, where you guys trying to pull in 3 days.
God, let's do it. Let's pull it in.
Pull these numbers in.
It'll happen.
Yeah, let's pull it
We
in.
got Tyisha today. We brought extra.
We're gonna share this mic together.
30 seconds.
Mm-hmm. You got questions, man. You got questions, man.
Oh, sorry.
You got questions.
Pittsburgh will not allow the Patriots to pass. Yes, he's getting better. Devon Gales, he's definitely getting better. I'm waiting probably until after the holidays to update his story, but he is like running on this machine. So he's doing.
Hey, we back, man. We're going to a crushing interview brought to you by Oracy Software. The Oracy team is committed to providing full lifecycle support for developing, testing, and delivering market-driven products. Oracy's motto is when a customer engages one of us, they engage all of us. Go to oracy.com for more information. Make sure you want to introduce our guest real quick, sir.
We're gonna let Coach Preston do it.
Yeah, because he ain't a guest. So
Yeah, Coach Preston. This Coach Preston job is almost his time.
Coach, why are you here, Coach?
Well, wanted to bring in Art Pickus, who's the owner of Sports Image Incorporated, to talk about the inaugural Hawks Naismith Holiday Classic, which is a celebration of boys and girls basketball here in the state of Georgia.
Right.
Starting it on Thursday,
Okay.
December 21st, through Saturday, December 23rd. We're going to have 6 girls games and 10 boys games over those 3 days.
Okay.
That's
And
a lot of basketball.
got a lot of great talent coming through.
That's a lot of basketball. Let me start with you, Art. Let me start. Come on up, Art. I know you're the guy. What made you want to come up with this concept?
You don't have that much time. We've been, my wife and I own Sports Image. It's a sports marketing company, and we've been working with high schools. Basketball, we tended to gravitate towards that, and started doing some really cool stuff around high school basketball tournaments that are already kind of established. We worked with about 7 or 8 of them, handled their marketing, did a lot of things for them from a content and an activation perspective. One of the things we did is we actually got the Hawks involved in high school basketball, which they were really trying to get into. But there were some recruiting violation type things that they couldn't get fully into. So they were kind of on the periphery. They were doing junior Hawks stuff. Well, last year, the NBA actually relaxed the rules. And they gave the NBA franchises the ability to do one high school event.
Oh, wow.
So once they decided to do that, the Hawks came to us and they knew that we were running, some really cool high school basketball things with really cool content, activation type scenarios. So we started talking about it. Parlay to that, in concert with that, we started talking to Naismith, the Naismith trophies. Everybody knows who those guys are, right?
Right.
That's the basketball analogous to the Heisman Trophy, right? You win the Heisman, you're going places. You win the Naismith and basketball, you're going places. So we kind of got those two guys together, and the theme and what they really want to do is celebrate basketball here in Georgia. It was interesting. We had I don't know if many people knew this, but we had 3 McDonald's All-Americans come out of Georgia this year.
Yes. Oh, yes. No doubt. No doubt.
And how much press did that get?
Right.
Zip.
Right.
So that was a little disheartening. So that's why I think the Hawks and Naismith really want to try and bring it back to the forefront. I know football's hot. Not going to disparage football, but basketball is just as hot in this.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
So, with that said, we put together probably one of the most incredible first-year inaugural schedules that I've ever seen, quite honestly. I've been doing high school basketball tournaments for a while. I know a lot of the teams. The schedule's stellar. We've got some really cool stuff happening. There's a lot of community event type things happening. It's not just basketball. We actually have an expo with the College Football Hall of Fame. They're going to be there. We've got Dr. Dean from PT Solutions. He's gonna be out there giving advice around sports management and those types of things. The Junior Hawks and the Atlanta Dream are involved as well. They actually jumped on the bandwagon too.
Which is awesome for the girls game
Yeah,
that you got.
that's
Real
major,
awesome.
right?
Yeah.
So the Atlanta Dream and the Junior Hawks are going to be doing clinics for kids that are 8 to 14, all through the day. They're also going to be.
That was me.
Oh,
So there's going to be some really cool stuff going on, and it's going to be December 21st to the 23rd, coming up this week. Wow, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How did you guys decide which teams you were going to put into this 3-day event?
Well, that was interesting. We got Coach Preston here. We got Don Babel from the Hawks. He's the Vice President of Community Services and things like that at the Hawks, and Eric Oberman from the Naismith Awards. And we all got in a room. I didn't give much input because I'm not as good as those guys. But we were doing this thing, and just like we saw some white smoke and a pope get elected, and we came out with 16 cool games, right?
Cool.
So, yeah.
So, Coach, what is your involvement with this classic that we got going on?
Wow,
this
do we have
week?
that much time? You're involved all over the place.
Are you going to ref? Okay.
That will be a negative.
Yeah. All right, everybody got a chance now.
I actually have been fortunate from the standpoint of Art and I being neighbors and having a chance to work before with Sports Image to help connect not only Art with the Hawks and Naismith, but also with the Atlanta Dream. So kind of behind the scenes a little bit in regards to that. The matchups speak for themselves,
Right.
in regards to both on the girls' side as well as the boys. I tell people, like on Thursday afternoon, the fact that Collins Hill's playing Beaufort girls,
Right.
ranked number 1 and number 2 in the state
Wow.
overall. And then we just got some great games. We got a matchup Thursday night, Allatoona versus Miller Grove, which was the state championship
2 years
game
ago.
2 years ago. Sharman White's last game
Right.
as a high school coach.
Sure was.
So there's a lot of great games, not only in regards to that Thursday, but also Friday, Saturday. But it's an experience. It's what's going to be a little bit different than some of the other basketball tournaments. It's going to be an overall experience of where young and not so young can come in and have a great time, getting a chance to see some of the different things that the Hawks do. The fact that the Hawks and the Dream are working together, the first time that this has come together. And I think more importantly, we need to celebrate the talent of young men and young women in the state of Georgia in regards to basketball. And I really got involved when the fact that there was 3 McDonald's All-Americans here last year, and nobody really said anything about
We
it.
talked about it.
Yeah, and 2 of them are going to be lottery picks here coming up in the spring.
Yeah, one we was worried that he wasn't on. Yeah, get on the floor. But he's on the floor.
But you ain't worried about that anymore.
No, Alabama looks real good right now.
Well, but, never mind. We'll talk.
That's a different thing.
Right. We had to talk about that. That's a phone call. We'll talk.
We come back, man. We're going to break down the games for this weekend. We're going to talk about which games Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now, where you can go get your tickets and show up this weekend. We're going to talk about all that. Then after that,
We got to talk Steelers Patriots.
Steelers Patriots.
Let me go get my popcorn.
We'll be right back.
Let me go get my popcorn.
I mean, you wore your hat, too. I'm proud of you.
Right.
Coach, for 52 minutes, Coach. If the game was 52 minutes, Coach, y'all had number 1 seed in the AFC.
Hey, y'all want water, man?
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Well, Coach, you want one? You're going to need one in a minute, Coach. You sure?
Oh, poor coach. You feeling hurt?
I'm not feeling tired. I'm not worried about you, girl.
Yeah.
No, not me. I thought you were still sad about the game.
No, come on now.
Oh.
Basketball player.
Oh.
You love the Steelers.
Everybody wants to switch to basketball when their football game is doing well.
Boy.
Moving on. Okay.
She said,
It's
I
good
was
to
switched
move
to
on.
basketball.
It's
Right.
good.
That hurt, man.
When I came in here from day one, right? I'm not going to even go there. I'm not going to even. I have to justify
All I
myself.
know is you were harassing me
What are you talking about?
before the game and said that I need to get ready for y'all to have home field advantage. So I'm just saying that didn't happen. I feel like we're
See,
gonna
I'm gonna
play you
keep.
again.
I'm gonna stay classy because I can say some things about Ben Roethlisberger right now, and I would never be allowed back in Pittsburgh. And I'm trying to go there for Christmas.
Well, I can say it for you. You know, I don't. He my
That
best
was straight.
quarterback. I don't like the guy.
That was straight Bush League post game.
But he apologized today. He apologized today.
48 hours. That's 2 days
Right,
late,
but them-
and a lot of dollars
But
short.
what I keep trying to tell you, everybody needs to exercise the 24-hour rule. Gotta exercise it.
Yeah, they be in the memo.
That exercise. As a coach, that's what I did. I just went home and sat the dog. Didn't talk to nobody, didn't answer no phones.
Right.
Because I know I'm going to cuss you out. I'm not going to say anything that you want to hear.
Back.
It is what it is, coach. Bathroom bin. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, coach. I'm sorry.
Man, I'm telling you. I'm up in here.
Hey, we're back. Right now, we're in a crushing interview with our guys, Art Picus of Sports Image,
Yes.
and Coach Lewis Preston of the Crush, kind of.
I'm all over the place. Yeah. Multi-title.
And I want to make sure we get to this. The Hawk Naismith Classic, or
That's it.
it's the Hawk Naismith Classic that's going on this weekend in Norcross, Georgia. So make sure you get in. Let's break down each day, gentlemen. What we got? Who playing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday? Can you tell us that?
Well, first of all 3 days, the first 2 games are going to be girls' games. So we kick it off with Harrison versus Lambert. That kicks off at 2 o'clock on Thursday. Then we follow it up with Buford versus Collins Hills. Anybody who knows anything about girls basketball, that one right there, you know, Gene Durden and what he's done. What he's done over there at Buford being the state champions.
Right.
And then Collins Hills having that matchup right there.
Maya Moore.
Oh, we ain't gonna even go there.
Her
We're not
alma
gonna
mater.
go there.
Yeah.
Alma mater.
I'll put it out there for everybody.
No. And then the boys matchups that night, you're gonna bring once again Buford's boys, Eddie Martin.
You seen
They're gonna end up playing Kim Rivers over at Shiloh.
You seen Buford Gym?
Huh?
You seen Buford Gym?
No, this is over at Norcross.
I said I seen the gym.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Hey.
That's better than most colleges. So,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna go there.
Yeah,
though.
let's keep going.
That's a big time. That's a big time. And then and the nightcap on that Thursday is going to be Allatoona versus Miller Grove. So it's going to be a lot of fun on that Thursday.
Okay.
So
So you
that's
got
the way to kick it
games.
off.
What time was the first game start?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock on Thursday. So you got all day basketball. I want to hear it.
Right.
Right.
What about
If you're a
Friday?
Buford fan, it's going to be the day. Buford's going to fill that place.
Oh,
Yeah.
easily.
They got 2
They
games.
They
that day?
travel well.
They travel well.
Yeah, they do.
Ask when they went to Rome for football.
Yeah. They'll travel well.
Hey man, we talking about basketball.
I'm just
Stop
saying.
bringing
I'm,
up football.
I'm just saying that they're gonna travel well. They traveled to Rome.
You better put
They
some
caught that
respect
beat
on my
down.
sport.
I love this one, coach. Remember, I'm really a basketball player,
He told you that. He done told you that.
coach.
He double
Who told
digits.
you that?
Coach, I'm really a hooper.
One too many wideouts.
Coach,
Yeah.
One
coach.
too many wideouts.
I am the greatest figure 8 drill runner ever. Let's keep going, coach. Let's keep going.
What's going on Friday? Coach, as you.
Ask anybody. I'm sorry, let's keep going.
So the great thing about Friday is, once again, and Art alluded to it earlier, we're going to kick it off with a clinic, for youth clinic from 8:30 to 9:30
Okay.
on Friday morning, and there is it's going to be an opportunity to see Nikki Collin from the Dream, the new head coach.
The
of
new head
Dream.
coach. She will be.
We're the first people to interview. Let's keep going.
Oh, okay. There we go. There we go.
Just wanna put that out there.
But once
Brag a
again,
minute.
huh?
Just want to put that out
Just
there.
want to
Yeah,
brag a
I
little bit.
understand. I understand. And then we're going to have an opportunity, you know, John Babel and his crew with the junior NBA and with the junior Hawks is going to be there as well. Then we kick off girls games, Columbia versus Holy Innocents.
Okay.
And then we're going to have Wesleyan versus Sandy Creek.
Ooh.
Yeah, Jan Lazar over at Wesleyan, what she's done with her talent.
Yes.
So it's going to be great. Then we follow up with those 4 boys games. Later on that day, we're going to have Woodward Academy versus South Gwinnett. Mount Bethel Christian Cal Boyd, who's very good squad. I had a chance to peep them out this past Saturday over at Pope High School. Always recruit, you know. So you know how that goes. You know how that goes.
I never heard of that word.
Yep. They're going to play Holy Innocents, which is going to, and then we got 2 great games later on that night.
Yeah.
Got Grayson versus Discovery,
That's the game.
right?
Oh, wow.
That's the game of the tournament for me.
This was crazy.
That's going to be the best
Grayson
game
is
of the tournament.
hooping now.
They're amazing.
Joffrey Pierce has done a
Yeah.
great job of not only instilling and infusing great basketball into a football school,
Right.
but I'm telling you, he has a very loyal following. They're ranked number 2 in the state.
That's right.
now,
They
something
right up
like
to him. Yeah.
And this is a rivalry. These
Yeah,
guys
great
played
rivalry.
4 times last year, and it was a battle for battle every game. So
We're going to come back. We're going to finish up the weekend. Yeah, we'll talk about that game.
Yeah. It's time to talk about.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
I'm gonna pull out my Pittsburgh Steelers
Oh,
Patriots talking points. I took notes today while I was watching it. And I was like, I'm gonna help somebody out. Either one side or the other. I'm gonna help
I just want to
somebody
know, has Jeff Callahan tweeted in something yet?
Not yet. I'm
out.
looking.
Not yet, but you know what?
Hey, man, it wasn't emotional
Jeff's so
picks. I
funny,
thought I was
man.
being funny this week, Terrence. So it wasn't emotional. Thought I was gonna try to sneak on y'all, but y'all
That week before last just
blow y'all
killed
out.
me,
Y'all
man.
blew it
Just
out, man.
killed me,
Y'all was awesome.
Why don't T. Will just lose his phone?
What are they
Show
saying?
T. Will what you wearing right now. Patriots.
Oh, he's
for-
mad?
No, he's a Patriots
Tell me
fan.
why you're
Patriots
mad.
fan.
Oh,
Patriots fan.
T-Will, my bad. Okay.
He's a Patriot.
I don't have many of those here.
Wow.
No, we talking about picks. I made some
Stuff
bad
the
picks.
emotional picks.
I wasn't emotional. I just tried to loosen it up a little bit.
Who did you pick?
It was some terrible picks. It was pretty bad. It was.
Oh.
Make sure he had to come back. He came strong the week though, man.
Listen. I overthought the week before, and I never do that. But I got in my feelings about like 2-3 games. And I was like, man, let me change this. Man, I was looking at them scores. I was like, man.
So, Art,
how's
how's the reception been so far?
It's been amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been really, really, really good.
got good crowds these 3 days.
I think so. The things that have come out of the woodwork in the past weeks have been just insane.
That's a good group of games. Like I say, you get like
Lineups.
Grayson travel, Buford travel.
I mean,
Buford's-
showed you the last game on Friday and the Saturday lineup. Stupid.
It's really good.
Stupid.
It's gonna be crazy.
I'm coming with my shorts on.
You better, I'm gonna tell you right now. You wear one of those velour suits over there, you ain't getting in.
Coach, let me tell you
Hey
something.
man, them things hot. They hot in the street, coach.
I'm tell you,
Nietzsche, man. He want
I'm tell you
If
Nietzsche.
he wears velour, I'll give him a VIP pass.
Coach, let me tell you something. Listen,
Don't do that.
Listen.
You quit worrying.
my velour suit, my back-to-back velour game was so hot. Wait, Coach, listen.
Who are you trying to convince me or you?
No, listen, I don't have to convince nobody. I got complimented all day. I wore it to my daughter Christmas program. Everybody like, man, them came back.
Them came back. Them came back. That's hilarious.
I'm a fashion icon, Coach. I'm a fashion icon. I don't care.
He
You
says
a
it 2 more
fashion
times
something.
and it'll happen.
You're a fashion something.
I'm a fashion icon. Wait, I rock the fat apple fubu.
He said, "Fat Apple Fubu." We back, man. Welcome. You listen to the Crush.
I don't throw away nothing.
On the Sensation Station Network and on WBLZSports.com. Right now, we're talking about the Hawks Naismith Classic with Coach Lewis Preston and Art Pickus of Sports Image. So, Lewis, finish up Thursday night and talk about Friday, man. What we got going?
Well, to finish up that Friday night, we had talked about it earlier. 2 former coaches, both of them won state championships, are going to play against each other for the first time. Cabral Huff, who's now over at Duluth,
Oh, wow.
is going to end up playing Drew Catlett, St. Francis, to finish up that Friday nightcap right there.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought you were doing it from the top of your dome, but I didn't look too.
No, I'm good.
All right, I just thought you were.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So anyway, but we get to that Saturday.
But also Friday.
Yeah.
Friday's gonna be an awesome day for the kids because the Hawks cheerleaders as well as Harry the Hawk is gonna be there on Friday.
Oh,
Which
wow.
will be really cool.
Harry Hawk be
Harry
everywhere.
the Hawk, he's gonna be nuts.
He be everywhere.
He be
So
everywhere.
Tyisha, if you want to get your picture with Harry for the holiday picture.
Friday's a day.
Wow.
I
Really?
choked him and took a picture of it.
Okay.
He choked me back.
Let me go ahead and move on to Saturday.
Come on.
That'll be
They
a
were playing
conversation.
the Celtics, and my sister and I were harassing Harry the Hawk.
Okay, we're gonna move on to Saturday because we'll talk about that all air.
Y'all hear this?
Yeah,
Sidebar.
side something.
Sidebar.
And then so we get to Saturday once again. We're gonna have the clinic from 8:30 to 9:30 to 10 o'clock games. We got Mays playing Newton.
Okay.
Oh,
Newton.
yeah.
Okay,
Oh
Newton.
yeah, got Mays playing Newton. Then we got Tiff County versus Lovejoy.
Tift.
If Tiff County show up with the workman shirts on.
Yeah.
See, now
Coach, I'm a hooper, Coach.
I know
I'm a
you're a
hooper.
I hope they do wear them.
Now we got the games to finish up the nightcap. You got Meadow Creek versus Sandy Creek. Sandy Creek and Meadow Creek have been 2 very good surprise
Very good.
teams right now. Green Forest versus Langston Hughes.
Green Forest had
Yeah.
a kid that was on FAM
Right.
team.
Yeah.
They did a pretty good job.
And then you got Landers Nolly over at Langston Hughes.
Langston
who's going to
Hughes
Virginia.
Landers is going for 50.
Yeah.
The return of the state champs.
He
The state
scored
champs.
50 the other night.
That kid's
Scored
amazing.
50.
Landers is great.
He's
Then-
amazing.
Then the last 2 matchups, you got Tiff County versus Newton,
Ooh.
right? And then Newton's got the kid Ashton Hagens, who's probably one of the top 5
Right.
players in the country in 2019. And to finish it up, you got Norcross versus Holy Spirit. Oh, the nightcap on Saturday. So 2 of the best class of 2020, Anthony Edwards from Holy Spirit and Brandon Boston from Norcross. But Norcross, they roll deep. Kyle Sturdivant.
Right.
They also got JoJo Toppin, who's going to Georgia. So once again, we put together 16 great games. Looking forward to everybody coming out and being a part.
What day the skill thing is Friday?
It's going to be Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm bringing my jump shot.
Oh,
Without a doubt.
it's for kids 6 to 14.
He'll fit right in.
I can be an instructor.
He'll be fine.
We're going to talk off there.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
So people must have forgot that I had a high of 8 points.
I did too.
8 points.
I had 8 points in my life.
In one game?
In one game.
I thought I did so. I had my 8 points.
I knocked down I knocked down 2 clutch threes.
He had 8 fouls. That's what he had.
No, coach. That one thing I did, I was a defensive specialist.
Yeah, Landis
They
is a
brought me
fool.
in late
Landis
for
is
free
good,
throws.
Terrence. Landis is that guy.
Coach, because I love the crowd, I never get nervous. Coach,
Virginia Tech is getting a great
I
player.
just go to the line, everybody be yelling.
I don't know
Now
how
I
they get.
have my knee brace like down here like Jordan on my calf. And of course I always had the best looking shoes. I always had the best looking shoes. Always. But
First of all,
Were you wearing velvet? Were you wearing the
I
velvet?
wasn't wearing the velvet then. But you know what? So, you know, we used to have tearaway pants.
Oh, yeah.
I know how to perfectly do mine where they look kind of like balloon out a little bit. I was fashionable. If you came in the gym and just was like,
I came to the gym, you'd be the last pick.
nah, they probably
Because your shoes are too clean.
He'd have
Your gear
started.
too fresh.
He'd have started. Be warming up.
Exactly.
You stop the
Exactly.
backboard mace.
Oh,
Yeah. But then you know I'd be the first one. So you know you're doing layup.
Right.
Yeah, I'd be the first one to do pull up jumper. Come on that left side. Get your bottom.
Tyisha, he is a pregame warm-up.
All American. All American.
I call back the rundown.
You have to be that way.
Man, y'all know what it is, man.
I can't even take his I'm just trying to ignore it.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
I
y'all.
really don't.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Everybody can reminisce. It's all good.
And Roxy on smooth.
Listen. Y'all lucky I ain't 6'5".
Oh,
I'm just
boy.
leave y'all there. Lucky I'm 1'6'5".
You had 2 ruptured Achilles.
Oh, man, we're going into the Crush Rundown. We talk about the story that don't quite make the main stories of the show, but we're going to jump into some now. But before we get into that, we might as well just do it now. I'm going to do
Let's
the game.
do it. Let's do it.
I'm going to do the game now.
Let's do it now.
On December 17th,
Oh.
New England traveled to Pittsburgh.
And one Pittsburgh Steelers fan was talking trash.
They had a Twitter beef,
Yeah.
a Facebook beef,
Yup.
all kind of social media beef.
It was all kinds of bring it, and now it's like, whoa, no, we can talk nice. No.
I didn't back off.
Coach, let's talk about it.
I-
Okay, so are we going to start with an apology?
Apology for what?
Because you just thought that it was about to be something else.
What are you talking about?
You thought that you guys were going to get home field advantage. I will say this. No, wait. If Antonio Brown did not get hurt early, this might have been a different conversation. I was a little
Then what
shook.
am I apologizing
I was a little
for?
shook. I was a little shook. Even the not full control touchdown, I was still like, oh. Still thinking we could come back though. But when y'all didn't get that, it was just like Pete Carroll bad call at the end.
What, Pete Carroll?
I'm
She
just saying.
said Pete Carroll
Like people
bad call.
forget that they're playing us.
But Tyisha, I'm gonna tell you right now, Sean Davis would have just got that interception on that tip. We'd be talking a moot point. Am I right?
If I
Maceo?
If I got that one number right on the lottery that I played, I would
there
be
we
a
go.
millionaire.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying?
Makes you break down the game for us.
So
Shit is real.
let's start with this.
All right.
Terrible decision by Big Ben on that fake spike. Terrible decision. You emotional. The call just got called back. Gather the team and take your time.
Right.
Get the right play in, coach.
It
Get
was
the right
like a
play in.
Super Bowl. I felt like it was a Super Bowl.
Coach, you can't throw a one-man route and there's 5 people in the middle of the field. Throw the fade. If you're going to throw something, throw the fade.
First of all, y'all asking me like I'm the offensive coordinator. Like I'm Todd Haley and I called the play.
Because you
Okay,
take,
well, just answer this. Why did you think, why in the HE double hockey sticks did
There
you
you go.
think that y'all were going to beat us? I need to hear that.
we need
Because we
answers.
got the best wide receiver in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he went down, you knew it was over.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
I sit there
You
and
still
I
at home?
said, we still had Juju Smith-Schuster.
Okay.
Juju
Still had Montavious,
Right.
who had a great game.
But I'm asking you, what made you think that you all were gonna win?
Because I'm loyal to the black and gold.
Okay, well then don't be acting like you don't want to take the blows now.
What are you talking about?
Loyalty means you got to be loyal right
know
now.
what?
You're not the offensive coordinator, but I
My
mean.
parents told me to be respectful.
Okay, and you should.
My parents told me to be respectful. You know what? I'm gonna tip your hat. I'll say this, and I said it on Facebook afterwards. Championship players and championship teams make championship plays.
Right.
Appreciate
And
that.
Tom Brady went down the field
He did what he had to do, man.
to Gronk 3 straight times
Right.
in single coverage.
Right.
Once again,
Terrible decision.
I almost got Kobe's helicopter and flew up to Pittsburgh.
Terrible decision.
Gronk was on fire.
I don't know why they single cover him.
You get 6'5", 270.
Right.
It ain't fire. Just throw it over the top.
If you're gonna
No,
single him,
his hands are still ill.
Terrence
Stop.
say if it
I'm
was
gonna
a
stop you
fifth,
right there.
you all be drunk.
that's his favorite line. He like that.
That's a good one.
If it was a fifth,
You know,
y'all
he know
be
that
drunk.
if it was the fifth thing.
Okay.
I know a lot of tall, floppy people. Okay.
Yeah,
Who you
but
talking-
you can't single Gronk in that situation. Gronk should have had bracket coverage the entire game. Or if you're gonna single him, you single him with Artie Burns, who's your tallest corner,
He did
who's your
spend it.
best corner.
Right.
He was playing. It was a mental game for him. He was suspended last game. We lost. He knew what it was about.
You know, it looked like also, it looked like toward the end, once Ben didn't get the touchdown,
Right.
he freaked out. And he didn't finish
Yeah.
up the game. Ben hasn't, man, he just
gets
didn't close the
frustrated.
game out, which was a problem. I mean, both of them threw it for almost 300 yards.
Right.
They, Le'Veon did his thing of 117 yards rushing.
And that right there, Glade, the problem I have with Coach Tomlin, because he's such an emotional guy,
Yeah.
sometimes he gets so caught up in like the heat of the moment.
Right.
You have to call timeout. Okay, we didn't get called. Call timeout, bring everybody up. And let's just talk about, okay, I got Le'Veon, I got Marte. If you're going to throw the ball in the end zone, you're going to throw it to Martavius, who's 6'4".
Right.
Hello?
Right. No, I agree with you. Talk about the emotion of all that. It took over 4 minutes to get the call. So you couldn't get everybody together and have 2 or 3 plays already.
Should have already been talking about it.
Yeah.
But once again, I go back to this. Championship teams make championship plays.
Right.
Because you just had to know Brady. Like I said, I was at the Tech game, and somebody was like, uh-oh, Brady finna get the ball. So you know what we all did? We went and walked in the media room. After 2 plays, I was like, no, they're going to lose. No, they're gift wrapping the game.
Yeah.
But-
Gronk got one-on-one coverage.
Right.
When you
But I
have
got-
9 catches for 160 yards as a tight end, that tell your coverage wasn't
He
right.
is a everything. He's a tight end, but he's a everything.
On that drive, Glaze, he had 5 catches.
One man on.
They weren't looking at
Right.
nobody else.
Coach, are y'all gonna make it to come face us again or what? I mean, that's the question. You done with Sunday? I mean,
Will Pittsburgh see New
it
England
doesn't even-
again,
I mean, I'm
coach?
just saying, if we cut in, and I think your man, the best receiver in the league, is not going to be good until playoffs at least. So you won't have him, so you can factor that now. Let's get that tear out now. Can y'all make it to face us again? Or
Tyisha
you like
Fernandes.
basketball right now?
WSB TV.
I'm gonna
Tyisha
say-
Fernandes.
I'm
WSB TV.
going to say yes, Tyisha,
Okay.
because I want the second opportunity
I bet you do.
to come back in here
I
when
know.
we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Ooh.
You thought you were coming in here swinging. No.
When we go to the Super Bowl,
Watch you say swinging.
and I'm just going to be just as calm, cool, and collected
She
as I am
said
right now.
swinging.
Because you know what? Championship players make championship plays,
Oh, I know.
right?
I know. I know more than you know.
Oh, well, that's a whole different conversation.
Ah, that is a different conversation.
Yeah.
Different conversation. But I will say this: a lot of respect.
Mm.
We're about to take a quick
Well, I
break.
hope you make it.
Take a quick break. We're going to wrap up with these gentlemen about these games this weekend. So, yeah. Hey, are we good?
Yep.
We'll be right back.
The boys over there blowing up.
Yeah.
Over there.
Terrence saying, don't talk about injuries. We got plenty. True.
What's happening?
Terrence talking about the Patriots. They got a lot of injuries.
We do have a lot of injuries. That's why Brady keeps getting sacked.
He's taking a lot of hits this year.
He is.
He's taking a lot of hits.
He looked
Our
40.
offensive line
Yeah.
is not right.
But you know what though? I will say about it, he just going to get down.
How long this one going to be?
He don't take no shot. This the
We're coming back.
the 5 minutes.
Like that.
For the end of
I said how long it's gonna be. He said.
Oh.
just the end of the rundown.
State officials. Oh, Rob Bobby Ward, get out of here.
You're not gonna be hearing you when I'll be seeing
Yeah, I know.
motions. So.
I mean,
I haven't heard that excuse in a minute.
All right, right back. So it's 4 minutes at the top.
okay. Hey, we're back, man, and I just wanna. We've had our Steelers Patriots kumbaya, but I want a little quick conversation. Art, tell people about what they're going to get this weekend, what they can look forward to Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from the 21st through the 23rd.
Well, come out and celebrate Georgia basketball with the Hawks and Naismith. It's going to be a lot of fun. We are actually going to have, we just got word that we're going to get 5,000 one get one free tickets. So if you come and buy a Hawks ticket, you can get one free.
Oh.
So
that's
that's going to be
awesome.
awesome. That's going to be lined up. The community involvement is going to be awesome. The junior Hawks stuff for the kids, bring the kids out. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're also doing some really cool stuff. We're trying to bring an NBA college feel to it. We're going to have a 20-foot by 30-foot jumbotron in the stadium itself. So we'll be doing something that isn't done in high school, and that's instant replay.
Oh wow.
Broadcast.
Oh, Lord.
So,
Yes,
how many times you've been in a high school game and you're looking at your phone and something happens and everybody screams, you go, crap, I missed it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
We're going to have instant replay up on the board, full motion video. We're going to have all kind of graphics, really cool stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a completely different type of tournament than you've ever had before.
When you gonna sleep, Art?
Thursday, 2 to 4, I got a little cot in the back. I'm going to
Right.
and,
Right.
And then, Christmas Eve and Christmas, I'll be sleeping like a baby.
Yeah, get it in, get it in.
Was it good to? Because I know you guys had this thing in the work. Was it good? Is it good to finally see it all coming to a fruition?
It is. It absolutely is. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. We put a lot of hard work into it, and the inaugural year is the toughest one.
Right.
You ask anybody who's put something like this on, it's the toughest one.
Yeah.
I think I'm already looking forward to year 2, 3, and 4. I think that's when it's really going to shine.
Yeah, really be
I
big.
think once you see it, you're gonna be like, wow, that's changes the game. That's our goal. So.
Wonder if we can get one of the coaches to let me coach a game.
You really
Yeah.
don't.
Negative.
I knew that was
A
coming.
lot of 4 down.
What I really like about it though is you're
A
not
lot
just
of people
doing.
have to be sick.
A lot of these tournaments used to just do all males, and I'm glad
Yeah.
that they were not doing
Right,
that.
right.
Because women, a lot of women, like St. Francis last year had 4
it's
women go to
great
4
women
basketball players come out of
We
state
got
of Georgia.
great girls basketball.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we're
Seriously,
doing that
It's
this
gonna
year.
be awesome. Yeah.
And that's one thing the tournaments don't have. You'd be like, oh, it'll be all male tournaments. You'd be like, okay, do the women play?
Yeah.
Because the girl at Kennesaw State right now, girl from Mays, she player of the
Awesome.
year, player of the week last week.
Yeah.
So that's
She
what
player of
people
the
don't. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
she's playing like that,
Okay.
Yeah.
and I think that's what's a good thing about it. Coach Lou, what are you looking forward to this week?
What I'm looking forward to is once again highlighting great Georgia basketball. There's a lot of prospects. There's a lot of talent.
We got ballers.
There's a lot of really good coaching that I probably couldn't have said that 5 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
But watching it now, a lot of great coaches, championship caliber basketball all 3 days. But it's also going to have a great entertaining feel to it, to where young and not so young can come in and have a great experience in historically one of the best high school gyms, that being Norcross, in the state of Georgia.
That's what we're talking about, man.
Love it.
Hey, man, I can't wait.
As a former hooper, I mean, you just gotta love this, man. Maybe it's replace the Peach State Holiday Classic. You remember that?
Yeah, hold on, real quick. Let's just do a little quick roundup for the top of the hour, and then we come right back. So hold on, real quick. Stay with us.
I thought that was the one.
This dude right
Throwing
here,
me out
man.
there.
He said the
Oh.
Peach State Holiday Classic. Oh,
Cause I'm a hooper.
I'm telling you, coming in in velour suit. Art might
I'm
give
wearing-
you VIP.
I'm wearing my velour
my
suit now.
My
I'm
security,
wearing my
gonna-
velour suit
we're going
now.
to throw you right out the nail.
But we're gonna walk you around before
Back.
we yeah.
Well, we're going into the second hour of the show, being brought to you by the College Football League. The College Football League is a feeder program for K through 5th grade in Cobb County, Paulding County, Marietta City, and Roswell City schools. Go to college.football.com for more information. We're wrapping up the Crush Rundown right now. We introduced you guys to some great basketball. Dad, I think it is a little bit better than what we used to see in Augusta back in the day. I think this is going to be one of the biggest tournaments in the Southeast, probably.
They want hooping in Augusta. Y'all playing football. Y'all weren't hooping down
We
there.
had a few down there.
Lane had a couple of teams.
We had a few teams.
We went down there and thrashed them one year. But let's keep going.
See, you just trying to talk.
Yeah, let's keep
You
going.
tell how you do that. You do it like
Why
that.
couldn't be y'all football?
Football's a different story.
We ham on y'all.
Some of the players that people can look forward to looking at this weekend, Coach.
I think as you start to look across the board, Buford has two really good players, that being Marcus Watson and then Alex Jones. I mean, I could go through every single team. I think Landers Nolly, I had a chance to watch him at Holiday Hoops Given. I love watching him play. Virginia Tech got a great one.
They got a great one.
You know, Norcross has JoJo Toppin is going to Georgia. Kyle Sturdivant. You have Brandon Boston, who's one of the best 2020s. Holy Spirit has Anthony Edwards, who's a 2020 prospect as well. But I think the most important thing is also from the girls' side, Buford, I forget her last name, but Tori's going to Michigan State.
I mean, look at these schools he's saying, man. He's a D1 talent.
Yeah,
You're seeing this weekend.
There's a lot of great talent, but I think the most important thing is the fact that we're going to have a chance to highlight them on a great stage in a great environment to where certain people who haven't seen them before will get a chance to see them for the first time and be pleasantly surprised.
Think about this. Out of the 32 teams we got, 23 were in the state champion finals.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Tyisha,
very good.
can we get you out there, Tyisha?
I would
You would what?
come,
Oh, absolutely.
support. What do you think? I
Absolutely.
mean, play?
Yeah.
If you want.
No.
See, she worried
We'll
about
get
her
you some
size.
blue
It's
and
all
some
about
shoes.
the heart. It's all about
Yeah.
the heart. You got a jump shot?
Not really.
I've seen her
I was a
run a mile.
swimmer.
No.
Wow.
I have no more.
No, I won't say nothing about that.
But Coach, I will say this. It's good that the NBA. I've always felt that NBA should be able to connect with high school basketball.
Yeah.
Simply because with the year, the one and dones and all that stuff, we have to start developing. We need to get to know these kids' names basically in high school because they 1 year in college and they out the door.
Yeah. Yep.
I think one of the most important things, and we haven't talked about it, the Hawks is a test case for how this is going to be approached by every other organization in the NBA. And I could definitely see the WNBA looking to do something as well. In the different talks that I've had with Teresa Wenzel with the Atlanta Dream. But the fact that Atlanta, Georgia, has the opportunity to take and put this on the map, and there's never a second first. So being able to do it right and doing it and spotlighting it the way it needs to be spotlighted is something that's very exciting.
I love it.
All right. For people that want to know, where can they find out? Websites? All that.
HawksNaismithClassic.com.
All right.
That easy.
You got the
That's
Twitter,
simple.
you got Facebook,
Yep.
you got all that. So all that you can find out.
HawksNaismithClassic.com. Twitter handles, everything's the same. So
Hawk Naismith
just hit.
Classic.
Yeah.
So, you always say you want to see the talent in Georgia. This will be a good weekend to see.
Let's
It
get
will.
it. Let's
It's
get it.
awesome.
Thank you,
Art.
Art.
Need to see me.
Thank you, Art, for coming in.
Thanks
it's
for having me,
galore.
guys.
Thank you, Lou. We'll see you more.
You
It's
too.
coming up. Our time's coming.
Okay.
Yes.
But you need to walk out now because the Patriots get the win, man.
Security?
We'll be right back.
He's tall and stuff.
Let's get a photo, guys.
That's awesome.
We'll be
Thanks,
right
man. I
back.
appreciate it.
We'll be right back. Let's get a photo,
No, you gotta
guys.
get an art. You gotta get a photo art.
Oh, I do want. No, I didn't.
I
didn't wear
was
my
like, I'm
velour.
not. What you say?
So listen,
I have no
why
clue.
y'all tripping? My velour, it was the hottest thing in the streets the past couple of days.
It was hot, all right.
Can you take one
It
over
was
here?
78 degrees.
As far as you know.
Can you
Look at the camera. Use
You can
make
use
those
them
Oh,
things
she can do it
good.
over there.
I gotta go around.
Uh-oh.
She was talking like that.
Yeah. All the girls in my family have this
When she
voice.
said that voice, I
For
was
real.
like, oh my God.
It's my dad.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Get in there, Art. Get in there.
I ain't standing beside her.
Yeah. Why you
Oh,
want
God.
Sorry.
Why you want to stand next to her?
He would make me look so short.
Why you want to stand next to her?
That took like 5 pictures.
Okay, no doubt, no doubt.
Give
But I
it
still need you for 2 seconds.
Yes, mine's gonna be the better
You know,
one.
I help people solve
This is the
difficult
better
problems
key.
every day, but one problem has me stuck. Childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. Luckily, the Feeding America network of
Thanks,
local
guys.
food banks
Thank you.
Awesome, thing, Art.
Good to see you. You doing good?
See you this weekend. I'm
Yeah.
gonna coach them
Nice to
drill,
meet
coach.
you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm gonna come coach them drill, coach. All right,
Nice to meet you.
coach.
Thanks.
All right, I will have my Jordans on. I will have my. No, where you going?
Oh, we're taking a picture? More pictures?
You can interview.
Oh no! I thought you guys said it was a short shot.
Yeah, no, we go to one the 45. We're
Kicking him out.
Interview time.
Oh, you're getting kicked out. Good. Thank God. Thank
See you
God.
guys.
Thank you. See
All
you.
right, all right.
Bye.
Hey, just leave, Lou. Lou, don't do it, Lou. Don't do it, coach.
Don't do it, coach. Don't do it, coach.
Don't do it, coach.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, coach.
My bag right there. I'm a church history.
Okay.
Bye, Coach.
Tyisha, I hope you have a Merry Christmas.
I will.
I hope you have a Happy New Year.
Yeah,
And by the
thank
way,
you.
I like the way you covered that airport. That airport
Oh,
outage.
thank you. Hey.
Can't criticize.
No, she did great. She was doing her thing. That's what she do.
She caught that.
Hey, we do.
I was up
Hey,
at
it's time.
2
Hey, y'all, it's a little
a.m.
Tyisha time right now. We're about to talk Tyisha. Talk to her. What's been going on with her? You know, it's been a while since we seen her. What, did something?
Huh?
When last time we saw her?
Oh, I feel like it was hot out last time I came
So
here.
you was just.
It was the summer.
Yes, you should.
It's like the air just came on out of nowhere.
It
Like
probably did pop up.
Still I rise.
it's like right here.
Still I rise. Still I rise.
Are we back into?
We're gonna do we can do an interview with Tyisha, so you can play the music if you want. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I like to switch it up.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I know you do. What you think over there?
I love it.
Thank you, appreciate it. Your voice killing me though. Every time I hear you, I do like that real
My
quick.
sister sounds the same way.
Had to
My
look
mom
up
used to be like, "Who is this?" I was like, "Deanna."
Hey, Smitty said you were standing on the box. Yes, that was a great
Yes,
photo.
I was standing on the box. I stand on the box more than you know. You're lucky I took a picture of it and let you see it.
I thought that was proud of you. You let everybody see the picture of
Right?
the box, man.
Like, I'm making fun of myself, basically.
That's funny. Wait,
No,
Terrence
Standing
said,
on the box.
he's very smart, but his mind wanders, disorganized.
He rides with Brady and Belichick, but what now?
Smitty was saying high tower energy was, that hurt. High tower did hurt them up to the middle of the bell was killing them. Yeah. High tower hurt. That was a big injury.
No, I agree. I wish it was. That's all. Right here.
All right, come back.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is
You need some juice?
Oh, I already looked. Y'all don't got my charger.
You got an iPhone?
Oh,
Smitty, you funny, man.
girl, you need to cut it.
You need it.
You need to cut it.
Hey, iPhone. But I am going to take one of these
Georgia?
chargers.
What?
Back.
So I can charge her phone.
Hey, we're back, man. Had a little fun, but now, man, she's been with us all show. We gotta talk to her, man. It's been a while. She knows she can't walk in here. She's covered so much. Tell me, Tyisha,
Yes.
that airport thing.
Oh my goodness. Well,
What
first of all,
when you got there? What was the scene like when you got there?
well, first back up a little bit. So I was off the day that it actually happened, and I'm getting all these text messages like, "What is going on at the airport? There's no power, no backup generator," and I'm like, "What?" So I called the station and they're like, "Yes, we know about it." So then I actually got called in that morning. Well, I knew that night, but I had to be at work at 3 a.m. Headed right to the airport, and that was like right when things started to turn around a little bit, and I guess just when all the people who were sleeping on the floor were getting up and were like, "When am I getting out of here?"
Wow.
And you know, we always say one of the busiest airports, you know,
Right.
in the country, even in the world.
Right.
So, you know, what I don't understand, which I know there are still lots of questions to be answered, but I don't understand how a backup generator can be literally right next to the whole system. I just don't know how that would ever be a good idea. And maybe it's been there for ages. I'm sure that's it. But at least this gives them the idea that, look, this can happen and you can have people stuck in the airport the way they were. And, you know, everybody doesn't have money to go get a hotel.
Yeah.
Or means to go get
Yeah.
a hotel. You know, there were families on the floor.
I walked into the airport many times like, man, I need this flight to get there because I got money waiting for it.
Right.
I don't have money right now.
It was just...
You know what was scary about it? That could happen.
Yeah.
I think that's what scares a lot of people. Like, the airport that connects a lot of people to another place is the world's busiest.
Mm-hmm.
Went dark.
And I think from a safety standpoint, like national security standpoint,
Right.
it's good to know that, you know, there needs to be another way to handle it than, you know, what I'm sure this taught everybody a lesson.
Smitty asked, how did they keep everybody calm?
Well, I don't think everybody was calm. I think, you know, my stories, you saw the people who were patient, but that's because the people who were not patient were like, girl, bye.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to you right now.
Yeah.
With this camera, like, I need
Right.
to figure out my life.
My life
And I
right
get
now
it.
is
I
not-
back down real quick, like, okay, I can, you know, I know when I'm approaching somebody, if it's like, no.
Yeah.
You know,
Not right
I
now.
know. But people were, you know, people had plans. People had either professional plans, personal plans. They had things, you know, I talked to one guy who was on his way to Guatemala to help some family, and, you know, people are meeting him at the airport and they don't have the means to even contact them to tell them, like, hey, I can't get a flight out of here until New Year's Eve. So it was just, you know, you could just imagine thousands, tens of thousands of personal stories
Yeah.
of just, you know when you feel like you got to be somewhere and you can't get there.
Right.
You know how that feels.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Worst
Yeah.
feeling ever.
What about the people sitting on the tarmac though for 6-8 hours?
Oh.
I talked to one lady who flew from Holland, and she and her 7-year-old daughter were sitting on the tarmac for 6 hours, not really being told anything. You know, no food, not really any water. You know, with a child, I know that was.
Yeah.
You know, at least get them off the plane.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that was tough. Besides the airport,
Yeah.
a lot of other stories you've been covering. This stealing of the packages, this UPS thing, trucks.
Yeah.
When you get these tweets and these, you need to go check on this store. Are you? What is your mindset? What are you saying to yourself when you another one?
I feel like nothing surprises me now, and I don't know if that's good in life in general, because it's like being in news and really not knowing, not even just day to day, but second to second, like, you know, if something had happened and your whole day is switched and everything that you had been working on for the day is switched, and now you have to focus on this, and as soon as you get there, you're jumping out of the car and you're going live. So I don't think anything surprises me. I was talking to my niece about this today. Like, I just feel like I jump into the mode of, all right, well, how am I gonna, tell
Right.
the story?
Right.
Was it a top 5 craziest story that you ever had to cover?
The airport?
Yeah.
For sure. But I mean, there's levels of crazy. I mean, I've covered, it depends on what you think is crazy, but I mean, it wasn't, you know, no one, I hate to sound like this, but no one died. You know, no one was hurt.
We saw the Cassine Reed meme like that, but did you die?
Yeah. Oh no.
You saw that too.
Oh no. But
But did you die?
But did you die?
But did you die?
But did
No.
you die?
But I just mean in terms of, like, you know, I've covered some horrible things
Right.
that I think are crazier in a different way.
Right.
But, like, you know, definitely crazy as far as a huge impact, yes.
Wow.
And, you know, I kind of approach people like, listen, I know you don't want to talk to me right now. However, we need to tell this story.
Yeah.
You know.
I need something.
Yes.
Give me something.
Yes.
All right.
Dang. Let me ask you this: how's the 9 to 6 for you? That time frame.
I love that schedule, but, you know, lately I've been covering early mornings, which that is a very interesting shift to cover as well, because like I was telling you guys earlier, it's the highest rated local morning show in the country, and that's because they dominate the way they do. So it's fun to be a part of a team and a machine like that just wins.
You know what makes that fun too for them? I know we're about to take a quick break. When you got Fred and Mark, when they're going back and forth with those
Yes.
lyrics, you know what I'm saying?
And it's genuine.
And they having fun with the show. And when Fight passed, Mark and them, they came back with a Tribe lyric every time.
Yeah.
And it's
And
stuff
I love
like
that they have the freedom to do that.
Yeah.
I love that Cox Media Group, Channel 2 gives you the freedom to be you, you know, maybe with a little bit of polish.
right, we're gonna try something different a little here. We're gonna mix in some football and some more questions for our Tyisha at the same time, so we can get it going in. So we still got some NFL to cover, man. I know Falcon fan, we got you. We're not gonna let that game go without talking.
How about them Cowboys?
We'll be right back.
Got to sneak that in. How about them
We
Cowboys?
got you too. Yeah, on the list. Yeah, on the list.
I feel like nobody's been talking about the Cowboys.
You're right, Pop.
People telling you, hey,
You're right, Pop.
People telling you, hey.
Scroll back.
True, Antoine. That is kind of scary. Some of us got paid. Lundy said he got paid. I mean, he put in that extra overtime. You know, he paid some time in. Lundy, how many hours you put in, buddy?
Yeah, they had to get them bags. People still bad. They got their bags still sitting at the airport.
Yeah.
They told them folks to come back.
Yeah.
And T. Bennett, of course I'm repping the past life. Even if we lost, I'd be repping, but we didn't.
You like that, don't you?
You like that?
You absolutely like
You like that?
You.
I mean,
Be a perfect parent.
I gotta celebrate the heart attack the game almost gave me.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, you could tell from the pictures you were posting.
Yeah, them pictures make you like you had a good time.
oh, I had a great time.
Like you was swag surfing and you.
I was surfing on my chair.
Yeah.
But no, that game was stressful. Oh my God, when I thought they got that touchdown, I was like, I knew his knee was down, even though no one discussed that. His knee was down, even though he was home running the ball.
The Academy of Creative Coaching.
I just thought Brady gonna have another chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, here come Brady.
Yeah.
But you
What's
know what'd be
crazy
so
is Brady
crazy?
wasn't even phenomenal.
Yeah.
He wasn't phenomenal.
But in the moment that you needed to, it killed
It comes through.
He run out there, he just you know he around us strapping up.
Yeah.
And he's not cocky. He's not cocky. That's one thing you can't say about him. He's got a mellow. I think I know cocky. You know, kind of like your very own kid.
Hey, we about to run through some more scores, man. Going to Carolina. Carolina defeated the Packers 31-24. Aaron Rodgers came back. He might have should have took a break because they went off on him all game.
Yeah, he's officially on IR now for the rest of the season.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he got a steel collarbone, but still, why
risk it? Put him on the shelf. Put him on the shelf.
Yes, there's no chance for them to make it anywhere.
It was an interesting conversation we had during the break about Cam. Is Cam, I ask you this question, can he do it, Mason? Can he take this team back to the Super Bowl and do something in it?
If Cam is focused in these playoffs, because you understand that he is their X factor, and he touches the ball every play.
Right.
So
What
if he
is
could
the
take
problem, then?
if he could take that same youthful exuberance that when he's dialed in, he's dialed in. He needs to be that all the time, and I think even through bad plays, he has to still keep that smile. He's always been a moody guy, but he has to, for his team, he has to get it up. Get it up.
We got to see that for him, man. For him, I mean, it's all about him.
It's all about him.
For all that they know, Thomas Davis did his 2-game suspension reduced to 1.
To 1, he will be in the A.
So he will play the Atlanta game at the end of the season.
New Year's Eve, he will be in the A.
It's funny how stuff like that works.
I'm going to that game. I'm excited.
The team that everybody is talking about in the AFC that may do some things, the Jacksonville Jaguars. They won 45-7, and with Pittsburgh lost, they're in the driver's seat to have a home field, the second seed in the AFC.
Do you see why I was ready to jump out of Sweet Lounge because I wanted Jalen Ramsey in Dallas?
Yeah, man, he balling, man.
Jalen Ramsey is a dog.
But you got Zeke, man.
I did get Zeke, but I would have rather had Jalen Ramsey. I mean, you guys say defense win a championship, right?
They don't.
Okay, so
I agree.
That's why I wanted Jalen Ramsey.
I have to be honest. I didn't think I'd say that, but Blake Bortles has been real consistent over the last 3 to 4 weeks.
They've been threatening his job.
Yeah, and I think
Funny how when they threaten your job,
Tom Collins say
that's everybody. He's human.
Yeah, when Eli was like, Eli coming.
You know Eli on his way. He's for a condo.
Yeah.
Boy, he started throwing that ball perfectly this fast. But I think with their defense, their running game, and if Blake cannot give games away, they may be a threat to some teams.
I think so.
I just want to see them play in cool weather when they have to go to New England or Pittsburgh.
Right.
That's when you find out.
You found
That's
out.
a different sport.
Them Florida boys.
Them Florida boys had to get cold and you wearing sleeves.
Right.
Numb and frozen.
They in shorts all day.
Another team in the AFC, in the NFC, man, everybody, I have to say it again, Todd Gurley, I apologize. I'm sorry, Todd.
Coaching.
When they got rid of old guy Jeff Fisher, the Rams look great.
The culture changed.
They beat Seattle 42-7.
They beat the brakes off them. Beat the brakes off those guys.
They say they Rams wore Gucci flip flops the whole game.
The whole game. This is my concern. It looks like the Rams maybe look like they will get home field advantage.
Yeah.
So everybody's gonna have to go to sunny California. Can Jared Goff in his second year, is he really ready to make that jump into championship caliber quarterback?
That's very interesting to say that.
Or are they gonna just lean on the legs of Todd Gurley? Interesting.
Yeah. Tennessee, you got Garoppolo. You were playing San Francisco. San Francisco won like 4 of the last 6.
3 in a row.
3 in a row.
3 in a row. Jimmy G.
And Jimmy G
Your
is leading
guy.
them to
I
10.
like Garoppolo.
You like Garoppolo.
Your guy.
I'm
That's
sad
your
to
guy.
see him go.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Tom ain't going nowhere. Tom gonna play till he's
Exactly.
50.
So he got to shine. And I'm not mad at him.
He's doing his thing. Looks like they got their quarterback now, Maceo. It's going to be interesting. But Tennessee didn't need that loss. So that hurts them.
They didn't need that loss, yeah. That puts them in a bad. They put them in a bad place.
8-6 look worse than 9-5, which they would have been if they beat the 49ers.
Right.
All right, Maceo, go ahead and say it.
How about them Cowboys?
Oh, man.
The Cowboys played the Raiders.
Dak to the future.
Dak had a okay game.
Yeah.
It was decent.
It was
decent.
The running game did well. Alfred Morris.
We didn't stick with it long enough.
Yeah.
Alfred Morris had a great first half, and we abandoned it. You got to keep running the football.
And quick shout out to Derek Carr. Hold the ball, man. Don't stretch out like that, because you stretched out and you fumbled the ball. And
listen,
they did.
I saw so many people. They went in on the guy on Twitter. Facebook was jumping. Listen, if you've played this game, you're gonna make a mistake.
Yeah.
You know, guys. Oh, he was trying to do too much. People, everybody who say he was trying to do too much.
Trying to win,
You've
man.
never made a play in your life. You probably never scored a touchdown.
I want to ask anybody, have you ever been somewhere when you see something, you see that goal, and you want to just reach, and you'll do anything to reach to try to get it?
Right.
He saw the end zone.
Right.
And he tried to get it.
I put a couple of them out there.
Yeah.
I'm headed to the end zone, and the ball just slip out my hand.
Yeah.
I'm wide open.
So Tyisha, we playing the game. Make sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean for you to narrate it.
I need the
So he
background.
catches the slant,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean Tyisha, all this open.
Right.
I mean Tyisha, he goes in the zone. If he does it, this dude tuck the ball away. He goes in the end zone.
And drop it.
Not him. You know, make sure got a little flash with him.
What he did.
He's running. They slapped it out of his hand.
No, they did slap it out my
No, it
hand.
just came out of his hand.
No, I made somebody miss. I made
Made
the guy
great
miss.
move. I
and
know.
I was gone.
You were gone.
And the ball just in
And it's on film because his daddy recorded everything, so it's on film.
Yeah, I put it out. I mean, I'm not ashamed.
He not ashamed.
Yeah, I made a lot of.
He's not
great
ashamed,
plays.
y'all.
I'm not ashamed.
Make sure. What are your chances you think to get in the Cowboys?
The Cowboys.
Zeke is back this week. Go ahead.
Zeke the freak is back. Well, first of all, we got to win.
Right.
We have to beat Seattle. Look like we're gonna beat Seattle.
Yeah.
We need, and I hate to say this, we need the Saints to beat the Falcons, and then we need Carolina to take another L. We need Carolina to take an L.
I think all of that is possible.
It's very possible.
All of that is possible.
Carolina played the Buccaneers.
Yeah, but I don't know what the Buccaneers. We need the Falcons to lose.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way around it.
And speaking of which, we'll go to that game. The Falcons did defeat the Buccaneers 24-21. The crab leg wasn't that good for Jameis this weekend. He threw for 299, had 3 touchdowns though.
He played pretty good. He put him in position to win.
And that field goal was just a little to the right.
And a little short.
And a little short.
And a little short.
He kicked a 52-yard when he needed a 54-yard.
And a little short.
And it went. Matt Ryan, decent game, 212, 1 touchdown. Freeman was ridiculous, 126 yards.
You see how my theory. I'm telling you, when he doesn't have 2 running backs to decide.
It's a great. He can coach.
Listen,
He can coach.
Listen, y'all. This is not the hard. Listen, I don't know a whole lot, but I have a PhD in football. Y'all. Yes.
And Atlanta fans, is real simple. One game. You have to win one game.
Got to win one game.
Unfortunately, the first game is the Saints
Woo!
in New Orleans.
In
New Orleans.
The-
On Christmas Eve.
And the second game is at home, but it's against Cam, and Cam loves playing
love
in
coming
Atlanta.
home.
And you better believe, I don't care if they've secured a playoff spot, Cam ain't taking no break.
A-Town Stomp.
He ain't taking no break.
All that.
When we come back, man, I'm talking to Tyisha some more, man. You know, see what she been up to. We'll be right back.
Cam love coming home to the A.
Does he?
He loves it.
Smitty say Fisher ran a high school offense.
Yeah, it was very.
It was terrible.
It was awful.
It was terrible, man.
Brooke, where are we gonna eat? I hope that's what you're looking for.
The hell you looking for?
What you
I don't
got
have much
cooking?
charge either. Don't run my phone out. He gotta charge him must use it.
I got plenty charge. I got.
Well, plug my phone in.
Here, use the supercharge on my phone.
I think I need.
There you go. Use supercharge. They get that thing jacked up
I don't know,
fast.
but it's nice drink.
So how long you been in the A?
2 months.
You said, can you what?
I said I don't know, but something
I
like.
got the Waffle House.
Ew.
What?
Waffle House right there.
Ew, no. What did you
Ew,
say?
Waffle House.
No way.
I need something good food
yeah,
and
yeah,
nice
yeah,
drink.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I was saying.
Oh, that drink.
Yeah, the kid. Oh, my boy.
Waffle House.
My boy, say what's up to Woody. Woody loves you to death.
Woody, where are you? I don't see you on here.
Damn, London, you put in them hours, boy.
He checked, man. He
2 a.m. Monday to 7:30.
He got screwed.
And you still there? Boy, you put in some hours, London.
Uh-oh.
Boy, you put in some hours, boy.
Messing you
Oh,
up.
he hit you
You
with
messing
the
stuff up.
he hit you with the yes loud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What up, Woody? Hope you're not mad about my shirt.
Nah, Woody's okay.
Nah, Woody's
Woody's team is hurting a
Woody's
little
a
bit.
49er fan.
They're rebuilding
He's
in
a
Woody's
49er
team. They rebuilding.
He's a
He's a
49er
49ers fan?
Yeah.
They rebuilding. They got
They're
Garoppolo,
rebuilding.
a former Patriot.
Somebody say, y'all get the ladies taken care of. They are hungry. We are hungry.
They don't want no Waffle House.
Full disclosure, I'm always hungry.
Right. That part.
Hey. Hey, we're back, man. We're back. We're back. So, Tyisha, let me ask you this.
Yes.
As you grow as a reporter in the city of Atlanta, what have you begun to love a little bit more about Atlanta so far?
I love that Atlanta is so much about growth, and it's like trying to find an identity. I feel like no one really expected Atlanta to boom the way it did, with all the industries that are coming here. And, you know, I remember doing a story on, and I can only touch on it a little bit, but, you know, it was Atlanta's 20-year plan. And, you know, I'm from one of the oldest cities in the country, so not a whole lot of building and development where I'm from because everything is already there. But, you know, to see this city grow the way that it is, it's fun to be a part of it.
Yeah, it's doing that growth thing.
Yeah, and it's having some growing pains, but, you know.
You can't drive nowhere, but anyway.
Lord,
I think that is like should be at the top of the list, but I don't think that is
We need 2 more lanes.
right. Well,
Both
we need
ways.
a better public transportation system so that half of those people can get off the road.
Well, yeah, where we need it, they voted down. They didn't want it.
I know, and it's because people who don't ever think to take the train, they don't see the importance of that. They just think that it's going to bring all the crime and quote bad
whatever.
people, where it's like they'll find a way to your house.
Right. One thing about it, nobody trying to go out there.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Yeah.
Believe me when I say that. You're not riding the train out there to commit felonies.
Yeah,
Right.
a long way to go.
Yeah.
By the time you get all the stuff back on the plane, on the train, waste of time.
Well, I will say I've reported on a guy who robbed a bank and jumped on the wrong train. That's a little different.
Did everybody just kind of look at him like,
Yeah, I'm just like.
you know, if you see that 50 falling out? That ain't good, bro.
And then there was another story where, kind of up in that area,
Yeah.
where a guy robbed a bank and they waited on him. They knew he was gonna have to jump on the train,
Right.
Wait for him, right?
and they just
We
waited
just
on
waited
him.
on him, yeah.
It was after us, like,
His
dude,
buzz pad falling out. Hold on. You just wait for
like, bruh,
Yeah.
come on, man.
But definitely the congestion on the roads should be a number one thing here. Because, you know, I'm glad I live in the city because I couldn't do it.
Has it ever, and I know it has it just ever been a story, you guys jumping in the truck and you know you're heading there and you're just like, this gonna be some foolishness. This gonna be
yeah.
some foolishness.
I definitely, you definitely have adrenaline not really knowing what you're walking into. And you have such minimal details sometimes that you really don't know what you're walking into. And, you know, when you get there, you know, you with WSB, so there's no following anybody. Like, you're there to make it happen, and it's interesting. But I always feel a sense of anxiety in a good way when I'm on my way to something.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's absolutely it's crazy. Your thoughts on the mayor's race?
Oh, I thought it was very interesting. I thought that endorsements of people made a big difference.
There was a lot of drama around here, wasn't there?
It was a lot, you know. And
there was a lot of things going on around here.
It was a lot of obviously side picking, and then some of the candidates were like, you know what, I don't even endorse either one of them.
But it was crazy. Like every day, who was endorsing who. Like, oh, who you got?
Well, and sometimes endorsements, some people say endorsements can't sway races, but I honestly believe they can. I think that sometimes people don't want to be educated on what's happening and what's going on, so they respect a certain person and they're like, you know what, I'm going to go with this person. Like, Shirley Franklin is very well respected and followed, and I think, her endorsement surprised some people, and I think that it made a difference in numbers.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, but I think that I've had an argument with someone recently about voting, and they said, oh, it's all just corrupt, and it doesn't matter, and maybe there's some truth to corruption. I'm not saying there's not, but I'm saying sitting at home and not registering to vote or not actually going to vote, what's that gonna do? Like, if you're not gonna at least try, and for our new mayor to win by 749 votes, I mean, local government is very important to your life.
Were you shocked when the map came up and it was like split right down the middle?
Man, I was surprised. I was surprised at how close the runoff election was. And again, I think everything had to do with endorsements. And also kind of like, I don't go with this person, so read what you want from that. Right. I don't support this person. I don't necessarily say I support this person, but I don't support this person.
Right.
And it was a lot of that.
To me, the tragedy being a native, and early on, it was almost like a popularity contest, because you had basically 4 candidates who grew up with each other.
Yeah.
And you had to sit here, and I think people really sat there and were like, well, you know what? Well, I'm going to have to sit on my hands because I can't fall out with Kwanzaa. I can't fall out with Caesar.
Yeah.
I can't fall out with Keisha.
Yeah. I think several elections are popularity contests. I don't think that people are always looking at the issues or what kind of person is this, or how will they vote, or how will they affect my small business, or how will they affect this. I don't think it's that. I think that, it goes back to certain presidents winning elections, being good looking. Right. It helps. It helps even when people don't necessarily agree with what you're going to do. And I mean, it's sad and shallow.
Are you trying to say that KLB won because she's
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm talking about other elections.
Oh, okay.
I was really talking about presidential elections.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about presidential.
Okay.
No, I'm not talking about those 2 women and how they look. No.
Okay, not that many. I thought that's what we were kind of going with.
No, I meant in other elections. I really meant like JFK. Like, you
went back.
Yeah, I went back. Because, yeah, I watched, I love this series on CNN called Race to the White House.
Right.
And it really shows you, in a really interesting documentary form, how the presidents made it or didn't make it.
JFK sure did look like royalty.
That's what I mean.
Royalty.
Yeah. It was all like, looks. It wasn't about policy.
We're about to take us a quick break. When we come back, got some questions for you, man. We're going to finish it up with Tyisha Fernandes. So stay with us.
I thought that's where you were going.
You didn't try to corner me into saying you just look better than Mario.
No, I wasn't going to say that because, I mean, we might could have thought that Mario looked better.
I think if anything, it would be more about race than looks.
Well, like I say, that map, it was like divided. The South Side voted for Keisha, North Side voted for
It's very split.
Yeah.
It was split like right down the middle.
Down to the wire.
Right down.
I remember going to bed like, I'm not really sure who won this.
Right. It was tough because it was almost like you was going to bed and it was 50-50.
Yeah.
And then somebody finally was like, let me concede. And what she didn't concede.
She still ain't conceded, huh?
No, because she said she want another count.
Yeah.
I think the reason why Bottoms didn't win by more was because people didn't really ride with our current mayor.
Oh, right. Oh, without a
And
doubt.
they just, it had nothing to do with her.
Yeah.
And it almost seems like she's in bed, but she's in cahoots with it.
Yeah.
Because it's like...
I honestly feel like she's going to do her own
That's
thing.
a good angle.
Oh, without a doubt.
I honestly do. I mean, it's like...
That's a good angle.
You follow your mentor.
What's up, Eric?
Like T.I. said on the steps, who's going to tell a black woman what to do?
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Black woman got her own
That's what I'm saying.
policies and,
Right.
and stuff she going to rock out with.
Yeah, you can listen to your mentor, but I feel like you're going to make your own way.
He going to probably call, she going to be like, bruh, you ain't enough
I
for no
got
more.
this.
You ain't enough for no more, man.
Hey, what we going with now? We finishing up? Prime?
Sit down somewhere.
Prime.
Then you got two more. You got one more. Then you got
What
two
we got?
more.
What
Oh,
time?
Patrick, Steelers are not coming back.
Maybe 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Then wrap it up.
We got a quick break, then you wrap it up.
I love the hope, though. It's nice. I feel you.
Still a fan.
What's going on,
I
Demond?
feel like
What's
we
up?
may still
What's
play
happening,
wrong
Jones?
again, but you're not going to win.
Wow. You heard the feeling, huh?
And it'll be in New England. Child. Bye, girl.
What time you wake up every morning?
Huh?
What time you wake up in the morning?
Normally like 7.
Okay.
But like the other day when I had to work the morning show, I was up at 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I was
I'm kind of like a
back.
zombie when I do those things. Stay tuned.
Hey, we're back, man. We're still here with Tyisha Fernandes. Quick question by my man Smitty. What's the worst story you ever covered?
Ooh. Worst. See, that's that word again where it's like, worst in this category or this category. But I would say, when I first think of worst, when I think of the pit in my stomach, I think of the time I was reporting in Boston, and I was on the morning show, and they called us to say that they found some human remains. Somebody had been thrown out of a car, murdered. But when we got there was all this kind of like hamburger meat on the ground, what it looked like. Well, come to find out later, it was that kid who somehow made his way into the wheel well of a plane in North Carolina and got up in the air, and I guess when the wheels came down, it shredded him. And so we were literally walking around all of his shredded remains. And it was just something you never could have imagined. I think that's why when you say the worst, I think that's why I think the worst, because the whole time we're like, what is this stuff? And where is the body?
So let me get
And
this
where's
straight.
the
So
skull? And yeah.
you're
and
walking through
his
remnants
shredded
of this
remains.
kid.
That was an
Yes.
active crime scene.
Well, yeah, because
But you didn't know.
no, we didn't know. Investigators didn't know, and I feel like we got there before police could even rope it off. So I'm thinking I'm being a good reporter. I just made it home. I'm reporting in Boston. Ew.
It looked like hamburger meat. That ain't
Yeah,
good.
that was awful.
I mean, he got
So,
shredded through the plane, man.
That kind of doesn't leave your mind, something like that. But I mean, I've covered a lot of things that were, even here, probably maybe the worst story here was that plane crash on 285. We were the first crew, we were the first station to get there, and without being too graphic, when we got there, we could see the bodies burning. We could see the body parts still burning, and you could smell it, you could see it. It was still so just raw, and just like in that moment, you gotta switch into gear and be like, all right, I gotta run around and figure out who saw something, because literally, now this could be straight out of an Anchorman movie, like the Anchorman movie. Like, I felt like I turned around and here come like all the other reporters like running. So I'm like, okay, I gotta lead this pack, and engrossed out at the same time, because a lot of people don't get to smell human flesh burning, and it's awful. It's something you just don't forget.
Right. Damn, Smith said he sorry he asked.
See?
The people show.
Sorry.
There you go, Smitty.
With the line of work that that you do.
Yeah.
How do you truly like unwind? Because you have to. It's a short turnaround, so you got to kind of unplug.
Yeah.
And
well, anybody who knows me, I think you're definitely one of them. Makes you. I am silly.
But
like when I'm off.
Right. I'm asking for the people.
I know. I have to get out of my own head, and I love that I am from a family who knows how to have fun, and knows how to just unwind and be silly. Like when I'm with my family, I'm not Channel 2's Tyisha Fernandes. I am Isha. You know what I'm saying? So, I like to ride go-karts. I like to go to Andretti's. I like to play sports. I like to joke around. I like to just jump up on my counters and sing. I like to just do crazy things, to enjoy my own life.
Right.
Because I know once I get to work, it's like,
turn up.
No fun and games.
About to take us a quick break. When we come back, we're going to wrap this puppy up. Make sure we're going to give them the picks for this week, so y'all just be ready. Here we go. Yeah, my pop used to be a sheriff. He said he understands. He knows what.
He said he used to what?
He says that smells worse than human remains.
I mean, and burning. Like decomposed remains is one thing. Like burning flesh is like, I can't even describe it. Yeah. It's like, I don't know how forensic people and homicide, I couldn't do that because I only get it in very small doses of the really gross stuff.
Would you call yourself around the way girl?
Yeah.
See, that's
Tyisha, Angela, Pamela, Monique. I made that up, but I put Tyisha.
I like when you put that in there though. It fit. It fit.
From Brockton. Anybody who knows what Brockton, Massachusetts is, that's definitely around the way. I just had strict parents, so around the way for a little bit.
Before the lights go up.
Around the way till 3:15.
Oh, man. Stomach hurts, Smitty. You asked the question, she gonna give it to you.
He said his stomach hurts?
Yeah, my stomach.
Oh, you weak. You need to come intern with me one day.
Coming back?
Walking through remains.
You walking through it. My personal life, I get grossed out by things way easier.
What is this on my foot?
What is that on my shoe? No, I threw all of that stuff away. I threw the shoes away. I even threw the coat away.
We're going to this Crush Recap brought to you by
Blunt Power.
Blunt Power 3 sprays last for
I'm
days.
the owner of that company.
You can find out more about
Blunt Power.
We're going to their website, bluntpower.com. Or going to their
He
Facebook
did?
and or Twitter
It
at
was
Blunt Power.
Such a small world.
Real quick, make sure, talk about the picks this week, sir.
So, very good week of picks. Coming down the stretch, T-Wheel is still in first place.
T-Wheel's in first.
152 and 72. Lundy.
Lundy.
Our new second place.
Second place, Lundy.
146.78.
He's been all over the comments.
Yeah, Shanae, number 3, she's at 146.78. So they're tied. Erica's in fourth, 145 and 79. Jesse, also 145 and 79. Young Maceo, 144 and 80. That bad week hurt me.
Yeah.
Liz is right here, 132.92. Lisa, 139.85. Emmanuel Glaze is down here in 10th.
I made it 10.
124 and 100.
So you mean the Crush is not in the top 5? Neither one of us?
I blew it.
Disrespectful.
I blew it. I had a.
So there's a chance
week.
another champ will be in here that is not a Crush person.
Right, unless somebody goes steal his phone and his laptop and he's not able to make any picks, then it looks like he's gonna wrap it up unless I go undefeated again back-to-back weeks. But it's probably not gonna happen.
So we got T-Wheel come in. He already been here one time.
He already been here one time
with the whole New England
with
being
that Patriot hat on.
Now he got
Yeah, that.
Hey, well, Tyisha, man, thank you so much. As always.
Thank you for having me.
I don't know why we ain't seen you much. You got a good schedule, man.
I know, but
She
let
been
y'all
traveling.
do your thing.
She
Let
been
y'all
traveling.
do your thing and have all y'all's news women up in there.
I knew that was coming. I knew
The
that was
originator,
coming.
stop.
I know, but I have to let other people have a turn. I've always been told that growing up. You have to let other people have the ball.
Sometimes.
So I
Sometimes
passed
you
it.
don't. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't. You found it.
Real quick, guys. Buffalo travels to New England. What y'all expect?
That's gonna be a beat down. I think so too.
I mean, I don't know about beat down, but
It'll
I
be a
mean,
beatdown.
I don't feel like we're losing anymore, period.
Seattle goes to Dallas. What you think, Maceo? Zeke is back.
Zeke the freak, baby. Zeke is shredded up. Zeke might run for 230.
He better have Gronk's attitude and come back and be like, I know I've been gone.
Oh, listen. They listen. everybody raved about how he looked. They seemed like he got faster.
Yeah, he lost some weight. He lost some
I
weight.
mean that attitude.
Listen.
All right, guys. I ask y'all, Atlanta at New Orleans. Well, I gotta be like that. You know?
I don't want everybody mad at me, but
It's gonna be a tough one.
This is the thing.
It's at 1 o'clock.
Glaze, you're a football guy. The loss of Alvin Kamara in that first game was a big deal.
Oh yeah, huge.
Yeah.
Was a big deal.
Huge.
I got New Orleans. Atlanta is playing. I mean, they're teetering on disaster.
Yeah, they don't play strong right now.
If Jameis, they shouldn't have struggled last night. That kind of irked me that they struggled with the Bucs last night.
well, that just shows what is to come. I think this year's just a wash.
I think also playing back-to-back games on the road may play a factor in it.
It's so much riding on this game for Atlanta.
I agree.
It's a lot riding on them because I mean it's win or go home for them. That's a lot of pressure, and when you think about Dan Quinn and his staff, especially this season,
it's for all my people in Cleveland. Will Cleveland beat Chicago this week in Chicago?
If they are going to win a game, this is the game they better win.
Cleveland fans,
come on,
this is your game.
Show up or show.
If you don't win this one,
this is the game.
If you don't win this one,
this is the game.
That actually might be one of the most entertaining games to watch.
I might have to begin. Thank you, everybody. Thanks to Art and our guy, Coach Preston, for coming in and talking about the
Make sure we give Niece some love over here. She been over here.
My
getting it
niece
in.
Brooke.
Hawks Naismith Award. Brooke's been in the corner film doing a little picture taking and everything.
Got an
You got the Uggs on
I
over
want her to
there.
get a mic because she's from Boston too.
Shout out to Prime. Thank you, Prime. Thank you, Tyisha.
Thank you.
We got to take a quick photo
Yes.
before we have to clean up.
And we'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you, Mace.
Yeah.
Bye,
Y'all have a good day. Peace. Thank y'all all the time
Bye,
for all the
guys.
love. Hey, Twan, I think
Y'all
Cleveland
follow
go 0-16.
Angela
They going
on
0-16.
Instagram.
I love her.
Oh my God, I love her.
Yeah, I know that. They
We
have
gone,
that.
y'all. Appreciate
We'll
it.
talk to y'all
If I
later.
ever was going to be a political commentator, if that's who I would want to be.
When she did that
Girl, bye.
on that
Girl, bye.
Russell.